again, I'm doing a tutorial here about fox ears. So we can go ahead and get started first off with the materials you're going to need, which simply put, I use Tresemme hairspray, Elmer's glue, craft foam. You get yourself some straight scissors, a simple paintbrush, and some wig hair from the wig preferably, so that the color will completely match, like camouflage, like a chameleon in your hair. Or ears in your hair. You just take some acrylic paint and you do some back and forth brush strokes until you get this 3D effect where the inside is a bit darker, so that when you put it in, it'll look really, really as if it's actually a legitimate ear, like, there's shadowing and shading in the inside. Fox ears, in particular, are a little bit more challenging to draft because they have to be curved. Just remember that. And then when you move on, after making your fox ears, you can go ahead and lay down a layer of Elmer's glue, lay down a layer of the wig hair on top of the Elmer's glue, and then just take your paintbrush and continually lay and add Elmer's glue. You don't have to make the layers super thick. Another way to do this is to actually take some craft foam, paint the inside with acrylic paint, use your shading or shadowing, and then take hair from the actual wig after sewing it in and layering it on top of the actual craft foam wig, which makes it look like it's coming out of your actual head, like the hair and everything and the ears. More like Loveless, but I actually switched it up to do it this way. I've wanted to do it this way for a while, but I've never really found the opportunity. If you have things that are giving you kind of an issue or a problem to lay down flat and it's kind of becoming a little bit of a mess, this is why you would have the hairspray. You just hit it with the hairspray before you start to run the paintbrush over it, because sometimes there's tension, it can drag it, it can be a bit messy. And you just do that so that it will stay nice and flat. You cut off the edges, make it really nice and clean, and you can actually curve it now. And you've used so much glue and you have such a fine base that you can actually curve it and it won't actually crack. The hair will stay in place. It's actually really, really solid. So you just blow dry it a little bit, Nothing fancy, we're using craft foam. You'll have to probably continue to hold it for a while. It's not Warbler, it's not gonna stay in that shape forever. But once you get it sewn into the wig, it's not an issue because the thread holds it in. And then you just take that curved ear and you pin it in symmetrically. And this is kind of important. You just measure from the crown on either side and use the points of the ears to pinpoint where they should fall. And then obviously, now is the sewing part. And this is as simple as hand sewing. You can use like a piece of paper or whatever to run the needle through underneath to make it just easier for you to do this. You can also use a curved needle. I find that a little bit more taxing, or just kind of a little bit more frustrating. I need like a molecule more of patience to do that, I think. But once you're done, you get that really nice secure look. I actually didn't have any problems whatsoever because I sewed it directly into the wefts of the wig. Went under, over, and as I'm going under, sew it into the weft. As I'm going back over, sew it through the craft foam. As I'm going back under, sew it into the weft. And you just end up with this really, really actually nice effect where, you definitely look at it. It looks like legit. I don't know, that's the only way I can really describe it without sounding too hoodlummy. But that's kind of how it ends up looking. And I really like it. I think it was a really good experiment. And cat. So, cat. All right, you guys have a good one. Hopefully I'll be coming up with another tutorial next week.